wanted me in the podcast to give you some idea of the elections going on in India. The elections will start in next 72 hours, and the research team from our side, or you can say the research data, is somewhat here for you. So you can note down what we have researched, and whatever the research data I have got is that the BJP will be winning, and what will be the consequences of the win, and as well as what will be the positive side of the win and what will be the negative side of the win. There are something which I have to say. So, first of all, as you can see in the description itself, that it will be minimum to minimum. In the worst case scenario, we have taken 256 seats for the BJP. In the worst case, ultimate worst case scenario, and there also we have taken 376 seats exclusively for the BJP only, not the combined NDA. We have taken for the BJP only, which is 376 in the best case scenario. So you can understand there are 256 in the worst case and 376 in the best case. The worst and the best is here for you. What are the pros and cons of winning BJP? First, the social structure in the Indian scenario and the social causes which have, for the days have gone more than 500 to 600 years ago, the ruled by Mughals, then by the Britishers. These people ruled India, and there needs to be a change in the ruling scenario, which the Hindu and Buddhist and other religions in India, non-Muslim religions or the non-Abraham religion seek. They want to change from the regular non-Abrahamic religions, including the Christian ones. I'm not saying that the Christians are not included, but the Christians and other religions are included in that, except the Mughals and the negativity factors which come into the part. These things have been taken place. So, being this, it is taken that the BJP is widely considered the ruling party. BJP has been instrumental in shaping Indians' policies and governance for the past 10 or more years with a focus on nationalism. Nationalism means the social Hinduism or the past more than 5 to 600 years, you can say from the 12th century, it's the 20th, more around 800 years ago, what the India was, what the golden era was, or what they have thought that the India was coming into. Because I was not born 800 years ago, I was born say 40 plus years ago. But whatever the changes have been wanted by the social scenario, these have been considered, and this leads to the victory of the BJP. Now, first, what can be the pros and cons? But I'm coming to that. But before this, I would like to tell you that the Congress party is one of the India's oldest national political parties. But you can see that the Congress party sadly has not delivered the things which it should have been delivered after 75 years of independence. Considering China with a large population of people which have outbeaten India in every field, they have even outbeaten USA, USSR, and most of the upcoming countries, and has emerged as the leader in the nation or the national in the world scenario. So one of the leading nations, as with good politics, clean politics, have been done by the Chinese governance and Chinese government. They have come around a very good place. That was not, unfortunately, done by the Congress party. So Congress party may be the India's oldest political parties, but despite these challenges, it is remaining the formidable opponent, and it is advocating secularism. Now, again, taking secularism into account, various nations, they consider themselves as secularists, but they do consider peaceful first. Everybody wants family, everybody wants security, and everybody wants being justified. Like a case of Singapore. Singapore being a small nation, they were given a chance that they will be non-Islamic, they will be secular, and they will be doing things which a non-Islamic nation would do. So Singapore got it independent in this research data which I have, and Singapore has emerged as a major economy and a role model to various nations. Then coming again, the third largest opponent party, Aam Aadmi Party, also failed to show that their leaders have been taken into confidence by the people of the ruling states. Had there been these people who have been so many days in jail, there has not been any mutiny. The mutinies they have tried, it was crushed down by the ruling party, you can say, because the mutiny would have taken place had the people who are in the public would consider themselves coming on the street, like it happened before independence, supporting of leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, in support of leaders like you know Subhash Chandra Bose and many other leaders. So these things happened, and Aam Aadmi parties did not get that mutinated or a mass support from various people in their ruling states. So that has been taken into consideration, as well as the other chief minister and the other leaders which they have put into the jail by the ruling party. You can say very factly, or whatever the governance has been there, not the government. The government or the governance, you can take either ways, had given opportunity to the people of the ruling states to come on the street, to do mutination, to make a revolt. But that revolt did not happen. And that revolt did not happen, that has came into a negative place. Since this came into a negative place, now what happens is that uh, uh, the whole idea of changing the government changes. So according to the research, Aam Aadmi Party might lose various seats until and unless their leaders are out. If their leaders are out, we have two possibilities. They lose by major in case the don't get a mass public support, or their on the ground leaders who are in open don't create some revolution kind of thing. Aam Aadmi Party might even lose the existing seats. Then we have TMC, Trinamool Congress, led by Mamata Banerjee. TMC has a strong presence in West Bengal and is trying to expand its influence nationally. Now, coming to the TMC, I have this last party which is called the TMC. Though other major parties, I have the data for the whatever the research has been done. But to be very precise, the TMC, led by the Mamata Banerjee, has a strong presence in West Bengal, will come as an opponent, but they again in Bengal, you might say see a change if the majority is there. Data here with me shows that the 45% Muslims in Bengal, 45%, if there are 45 Muslims in percent Muslim is Bengal, then eventually Mamata Banerjee may win in Bengal. The data which I have is from the international background, and it's done mostly by the artificial intelligence and the service providers internationally. So whatever I can say is Mamata Banerjee the Trinamool Congress led by Mamata Banerjee will win. They may come as a victorious, but that victory will be landslide. It's not much of a difference. So these are the predictions. So what ultimately in the worst is 256 Eventually, then, if taking into account only BJP, will be 256, and in the best case scenario is 376. Anywhere in between, where I did not do this research myself. I got the data from various international and artificial intelligence sources. So that is what I am saying to you. Lastly, other major party indication to above mentioned parties, several regional parties, Shiv Sena, BSP, SP, DMK, play crucial roles in Indian politics, but still you will see the some part may lose and some part may again go to BJP. So this has been whatever the scenario, and this has been the result given by the international bodies who are researching on intellectual and artificial intelligence thing. So the artificial intelligence and the intellectual properties of the global scenario says that it will be a victory for BJP with in any way between 256 to 376 pieces. Now, lastly, what could be the pros and the cons? Ultimately, the pros can be revival of the social structure in India with respect to Hinduism and nationalism. The lack of nationalism and unfortunate advocacy of so-called secularism by the so-called Congress, which has governed India for so many years, led to decline of Hindu community and peacekeeping communities in India. It has been shown that the Muslim community have been the major war tenders as well as the major terrorists in India. And once the parties like Congress or even TMC or All India Muslim League or other so-called supporting secularism, which shows they will be down because India need peace, not war. So everybody need peace to at least run the government. So the pros will be basically revival of the whole national structure. Again, CII, common individual coding, and CAA is common code for every citizen. So this will be the pros. Now what the cons? Cons is bad luck for intelligent people. Unfortunately, there will be no role or lesser role for intelligent or those who are more skilled, because a nationalist revival does not seek highly talented individuals who are from, you can say, institution like IITs or IIM or the doctors or the lawyers or even the so-called highly talented people, those who can change the nation in certain ways to make the things more better. Because a nationalism always requires funding, which the BJP will seek from all the means. So the BJP, once in power, will again seek funding like you can say election bonds, or they will try another means to seek the funding because they need funding for the revival. In all the history of human beings, whatever the data I have, they say that these kinds of revival of secular nationalism, Hinduism, and peace keeping bodies take place. And then again, we have to take into account that it will be a loss for various talents. Again, unemployment will be on a high rise once the BJP is in power, but it will be national revival and revival of Hinduism. Thank you for watching this podcast. Thank you for your time. Thank you.